Hey everybody. Yeah, I think I'm fighting a cold this weekend, guys. It is Sunday morning, January 28th, and but I also want to apologize to my watchers and listeners, my regulars, that I've load these things up on the weekends. I'm just busy during the week and I'm kind of tired and my brain isn't doing as well, so I save it up for the weekends and smash a bunch into the weekends and just try to come up with an average of one a day. My goal is 366 for the year. Um, but here I'm here to talk about my weight loss journey that I've been on since about July 4th of last year. So I'm like 6.5 months in, and I've lost 25 pounds. Happy with it, proud of it. Never should have gotten there in the first place, though. I don't care for people that pat themselves on the back for losing weight. It's like you gained the weight. So, yeah, good for you on losing the weight. But like, I see people do, like, when I do stand up, I see formerly fat people that are now thin, and they shill for applause for losing weight that they put on in the first place, or quitting smoking, or whatever. Oh, military, being in the military will get you a big round of applause. Who gives a shit? Tell your jokes. And I do have a joke, and I'll share it with you because it's hard to stretch just my weight loss journey into 10 minutes. But I did come up with a joke about it because this actually happened. So, you lose your weight and you hope for the weight loss to be in all the places you want it to be, right? You hope for your gut to go perfectly flat. You hope to keep your ass. And that's what happened to me. I lost some of my ass. And I'm going to actually work this into my routine on February 9th that I'll let you guys know about. But yeah, I lost a lot off my belly. Yeah, that's great. But then you do lose it off your ass. And it's funny because I had a pretty good ass apparently. Because like 5 years ago, and this is all true. It's not much of a joke really. The woman I was dating, Erin, who I mentioned her maybe in the past, but I was pretty crazy about her. We've been dating for 3 years, and right into the pandemic, she just dumped me, no explanation, just went off the reservation. It was really weird. But I guess I did something or something happened with her, but she didn't let me know. I texted her like 10 times. I found out she was alive. And after 10 times, when I hit double digits and not without getting a reply, I stopped because you're alive, you're well, apparently, but you want nothing to do with me. I'm not going to keep hammering at that door. Right. So anyway, so she did though. She saw me naked a lot, but one time she caught either a side view or a back view and liked what she saw, and she goes, John, you got the nicest white ass I've ever been with. And so that's an easy joke, right? So that I can parlay the weight loss into that joke, and just when I tell the joke, I say, hey, yeah, well, I think that's a compliment, I think, but it does raise into question from an insecure guy like me, how many asses have you been with? How many asses of color are better than this white ass? So I just think that's kind of funny. The joke does okay when I've worked it on stage the few times I've worked it. But yeah, but that is a real thing with weight loss is, it's coming off the belly, which is great. I'm looking way better. I'm feeling way better. I was at 217. The worst I ever got was back in 2010. I was at 230, and that was gross. And everyone has their warning bells, right? I mean, honestly, I think almost every human, unless you're an athlete, honestly, we shouldn't be rocking over 200 pounds unless you're like 6'6". But for a 5'10" guy like me, and I have a decent amount of muscle, but I should not be going over 180. And I made it to 230, and I looked awful. I felt awful. And I lost a bunch of weight back then. That was about 10 years ago, and I got down to like 194, and then I slowly gained it back. And on July 4th, in the middle of June, I went into my doctor. I was 217, and she was like, "Ew, you're technically obese." And I was like, "That's great." I didn't think it was necessary for her to tell me that, but maybe it was. Maybe it was good that I heard I was not just overweight, but obese, which obese is 40 pounds to 100 pounds. If you're 100 pounds or more overweight, you're morbidly obese. 0 to 40 overweight, you're just overweight. So yeah, I kind of got serious about it. Did okay in the summer, but then, I've talked about my school and how much it's changed my attitude, how it's made me a more patient person, a more empathetic person. It has also been really good for my weight loss because we have a weight room. We have a gym, but we also have a weight room, and the weight room has 2 treadmills in there. And I've been going heavy on the cardio, and so instead of eating lunch, I go work out. and which is not the healthy way to lose weight. I'm not going to lie. But at 56, you have to do drastic measures, man. The same just eating right and exercising, I'm not going to say nominally, but regularly is it's going to be a very slow boat. If you want to lose a pound a week like I did, it took me drastic measures, So I was only eating dinner. I don't eat breakfast. I just don't have an appetite in the morning. Lunches I was skipping and working out. And then dinner would come, and I'd try not to be too ravenous, but that's led to success. I'm at 192 right now. I'm 25 pounds lower. I'd like to get to at least into my 170. So my goal is to lose another 15 by spring or summer. Going to keep doing that. And with that comes other drastic measures, because you plateau. I was down to 190 about a month or so ago, and I gained a couple, and I plateaued, because that's what happens in the winter months. It's just harder to lose weight. You're less active. You're not outside as much. And for me, being away from school and winter break, I ate more, just out of boredom, if nothing else. It's really hard to stick with that plan when you're not busy at school and then going to taking your exercise lunch. So yeah. So here's my next step that I started incorporating last week, and I'm doing a weekly fast. So that's my new thing to hopefully kind of kickstart the weight loss, maybe rock the body, shock the body a little bit into doing a better job and sticking with the diet. And just, it does kind of, at least for me, I just do a 1 to 2 day. So that mine is starting right now. It's kind of started technically at midnight. I had a piece of chicken late last night, big old piece of fried chicken. And so I haven't eaten anything since midnight last night, and I'll go around 36 to 48 hours probably. I'll take all day today off, which is going to be difficult, because I'm going to be with my friend Pete, who I'm actually going to talk about in the next video. And we're going to watch the AFC and NFC championship games, because we like to torment ourselves. But I may have a beer. I'll allow myself liquid today, but it's going to be difficult, because if we go somewhere, there's going to be wings and pizza. And if we go to a bar, a sports bar, oh my God, that's difficult. But if you really just show a little willpower, it's really not that hard. If you honestly mind over matter type of stuff, you can really just make it. And like I did last week, I almost never have fasted in my life. Got kind of motivated by my friend Troy. He's another of my friends, my best friend. I've known him 40 years, over 40. We're closed in on 42 years, you and me, Troy, if you ever see this. But he's done 10-day fasts, and they can be very effective. And I said, well, I'm going to try, but I knew I wouldn't make it very far. I knew, and for me, having to work and being at a stressful job and not knowing how I'm going to react when I'm starting for those real hungry times, like when you get 3 or 4 days in, I don't want to take that risk that I might not react well to a kid who's kicking the shit out of me just because I haven't eaten in a few days. So, but yeah, I was told by Troy on a 10-day fast, like the 3rd or 4th day, you have this extreme clarity because your brain is lacking sugar. Now, whether that's good or bad, I talked to my friend who's a nurse. She's like, you shouldn't do that. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But for a 2-day fast, I found that after about a day, I actually had some clarity too. I felt like my brain was working better. I just felt like it's kind of a cleanse almost. I know that cleanse and toxins are all kind of bullshit words, honestly. You just eat right, you'll cleanse. You don't need to starve yourself. But it doesn't feel like a starvation. It just feels like a Kickstarter to start off a good week and just fold into some good habits. And like I said, kind of just restart after a plateau of the last month or so of hopefully getting the weight loss going again. And like I said, my goal is another 15, maximum 20 pounds. I'd love, if I get down to 170, I know I'd look even better, because if you guys can tell, if you look at my 2021 videos, I'd still have some double chin, but nothing compared to what I had. I had an ankle issue from my jackass friend that ran over my foot back in 1992, but that's way better because I'm putting 25 pounds less pressure every step. I don't know what the PSI is on that, pressure per square inch, but it's a lot. So that, my knees are better, my back's better, everything's better. So weight loss is a big deal for me, and it's helping me in my other areas of my life. I feel more patient because I'm not dragging this fat ass around. So it's been good. But yeah, I just wanted to mention my weight loss, do a quick 10-minute video on weight loss, fasting, how it's going for me. And I'll have a couple more videos cranking them out today. And and watch some football. Hopefully, you guys get to relax and watch football or do whatever you do to take it easy. And I'll talk to you guys on the next round. Have a great day. Have a great whatever you're having. Bye.